Well, I want to welcome everyone to the second Rocky Mount Tele Town Hall. It's intended to help us learn more about the North Carolina COVID-19 Rapid Recovery Loan Program. That's launched by the Golden Leaf and the Rural Center at the end of March to provide assistance to small businesses affected by COVID-19. Qualifying businesses are eligible up to $50,000 in funding to support immediate needs while they work through SBA or other long-term programs. Since our first Rocky Mount Tele Town Hall, the SBA resumed accepting Paycheck Protection Program applications. So if you've not been contacting your local lenders, please do so immediately. The initial round of funding was depleted in 12 days. The second round of funding includes carve-outs for small financial institutions, $30 billion for each of those with less than $10 billion in assets, and those between $10 and $50 billion, as well as a $30 billion each for rural businesses and minority and women-owned businesses. So with the support of the Golden Leaf Foundation and the SBA, both the Rocky Mount Chamber of Commerce and I have partnered on the second Tele Town Hall in an effort to get Rocky Mount back to business. David, do you have a few comments?
I do. Thank you, Mayor, for helping to put this together and for your assistance. First of all, greetings to everyone who has joined us this afternoon. I know we're all part of so many Zoom conferences now or webinars that, but they've all been beneficial. But I do hope everyone is doing well, their staffs are, and everyone's family. And I know we're all tired of not being able to resume some sort of normalcy, but we're getting there, and I just hope we can all maintain some level of patience as we work through it. These conferences that the mayor and I have put together are important. They're part of our reopening of the economy and how to understand what assets are out there that can help you. As the mayor pointed out, they relaunched the PPP program yesterday. They did have some startup problems, but I understand that's out of the way. So if anyone knows of a business that has not applied, I would encourage you to do it, or certainly advise them to do it. But thank you, and I certainly want to welcome Scott Hamilton with us today too. See, I think you're on mute.
How are we doing today, everybody?
Great.
Very good. Well, Mayor and David, thank you so much for this opportunity, and both of y'all's teams for putting this together. Thank you for what you're doing to reignite the engines in our communities. It's going to be critically important to be the catalyst as we get back and come through this and move our communities forward. So thank you for your communication efforts.
Thank you.
It was early March. We actually started with a conversation with the North Carolina Rural Center about what were the opportunities for us to do something. And previously, the Rural Center and Golden Leaf had partnered on a disaster recovery loan program. And we quickly converged our thought processes around that initiative that was successful. And so we started pulling things together, and within about a 2-week time frame from conversations to developing a program, working with our board chair to call a special called meeting. On March 23rd, we presented to the board the North Carolina Rapid Recovery Loan Program, which they approved in that special called meeting. 24 hours later, working with the Rural Center, the application portal was launched, the program was launched, and applications started quickly coming in. And it was very quick that the program started seeing a lot of applications. And I am trying to pull up my PowerPoint so I can share that with you. There we go. It almost looks like I know what I'm doing, almost. But let's see. It is. There we go. So the board quickly acted. We launched the program, and it was very quickly well, it was very successful. The board approved $15 million to provide to the Rural Center to launch this program, and the applications did quickly exceed the available funds. So we immediately started working with the state partners and state leaders in the private sector to look for other opportunities to source funds for this. And so we have continued to accept applications. The application portal is open. We encourage folks to apply for the North Carolina Rapid Recovery Loan Program. We will, as new funds become available, work through the applications as they were received. We know that the SBA loan process can take several weeks, and we know that small businesses don't have several weeks. And so the whole purpose of the bridge loan program is to find bridge capital for these small businesses to be able to apply for and be able to continue or sustain operations until SBA funding or other funding becomes available for a longer term solution. The program is managed and implemented by a broad coalition of our partners. And on the screen, you can see the number of folks and organizations, the CDFIs, the community development finance organizations that we work with through the Rural Center to do the loan work with the clients. They will accept the applications through the ncrapidrecovery.org website. They will do the underwriting and the due diligence. And as I said, the program is managed by the North Carolina Rural Center and implemented with that broad coalition of partners. Those partners that do include the Business Expansion Funding Corporation, the Carolina Small Business Development Fund, Mountain BizWorks, Natural Capital Investment Fund, the Piedmont Business Capital, Sequoia Fund, and Thread Capital. All of those CDFIs provide funding across the state except for Mountain BizWorks that has a footprint in Western North Carolina. Borrowers are eligible for a maximum amount that is equal to or the lesser of 2 months of their revenue or $50,000. These loans have a low interest rate and require no payments for up to 6 months. At the end of the 6 months, they convert to a bridge loan and with an interest rate of 5.5%. The rate is intentionally higher than the rates available through the SBA and other funding sources because we are not trying to displace other funding sources. We are encouraging folks to go to those other sources. This program is to be a bridge between helping them sustain their activities to getting the funding from other sources. If they're not able to get to those other sources or are eligible for them, this loan, as I said, converts to a term loan with a 5.5% interest rate. There are also no prepayment penalties in this program, but applicants must be a North Carolina small business affected by COVID-19, and businesses in all 100 counties are eligible for this program. Applicants must have at least one employee who could be the self-employed business owner to be eligible to apply. Any individual with greater than 20% ownership in applying for, in the applying business must sign a personal guarantee. So I'm going to say that again because I know I stumbled over it. But any individual with greater than 20% ownership in the applying business must sign a personal loan guarantee. Loan proceeds must be used to maintain or restart the business. Borrowers are required to assign the proceeds of future assistance programs, including SBA loans, to the repayment of their recovery loan through the recovery loan program. Since bridge loans are smaller, we are able to expedite underwriting and release funds a little quicker. The online application takes about less than an hour to complete. And businesses that are interested in applying must include tax forms, profit and loss statements, and bank statements. For a typical loan application that includes all required documentation, underwriting, and the review compliance will take less than about a day. We know that the funds can never arrive soon enough for businesses in distress. Each of these lenders is committed to moving as fast as possible, but we also have to do our due diligence and underwriting to assure the terms of the loan and the requirements to receive the loan are met. So doing this, of course, due diligence is key to fraud prevention, and we take that into consideration as well. Businesses interested in applying for the North Carolina Rapid Recovery Loan Program can go to the website ncrapidrecovery.org. It's ncrapidrecovery.org, and click on the Apply Now link. If you have an existing loan relationship with one of our CDFI partners, please indicate that on the application, because then we can get you to that partner where you already have an established relationship. If you don't have an established relationship, the loan applications are assigned to our partners on a revolving basis, so we can get to each of those as quickly as possible. One of the things we are very aware of and update quite often is our frequently asked questions page for folks that might have more questions, additional questions, or would like to learn more about the program. The frequently asked questions page is located at the ncrapidrecovery.org website. And I know that sometimes we all like to speak to a real person and have somebody answer our questions and enter into a dialogue. And so if you are wanting to speak with somebody, we encourage you to reach out to Business Link North Carolina, known as Blink. And that number is 800-228-8443. And that number is on the screen that I'm sharing at this time. So that's an overview of the North Carolina Rapid Recovery Loan Program. And I would be happy to answer any questions should anybody have any. But again, I appreciate this time to talk about this program. And it is a very critical time in the economy for North Carolina. We are hopeful to receive additional funding soon so that we can continue to work with and support and review the applications that we've received to help North Carolina move forward. David or Mayor?
Thank you, Scott. I really appreciate that presentation. I'd like to remind everybody who's participating, if you have a question, if you will connect in the chat window and type in a question, we'll receive questions that way. In addition, I have a few questions that were asked in advance. And so, Scott, I'd like to just kind of pose a couple of those for you, if that's all right.
Absolutely, Mayor.
All right, so I guess the first question I have is this loan program associated with the SBA?
Well, it's not associated with the SBA, but it is designed that applicants of this program receive their funding to help them transition while they apply for and await a determination and their funding from SBA. But it is not an SBA program.
So I guess then how does it relate specifically to SBA loan options? I suppose it's just a bridge loan that would allow me to then look at any option the SBA may have?
Correct. Yes, sir. And also other traditional financing as well. So what we've tried to do is mirror as quickly or as best as possible the terms of this loan with SBA. So if they get this and then they get their SBA loan, they would pay this loan off. They may decide to go to another path for traditional financing. They may have a path with their established lender already. This is, again, a loan to help them sustain an operation until they get other funding, whether it's SBA or other commercial lenders.
So then is it possible that I could get both an SBA loan and a rapid recovery loan?
Well, it is possible, yes, sir. But as you get the SBA loan, you would then pay off your rapid recovery loan.
I see. So I have multiple businesses, and do I need one application for all of them, or would it be separate applications for each?
It's one per business.
Okay. And say, can also a non-profit qualify for this bridge loan?
Not for this bridge loan. This is for businesses.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. I'm challenged with technology here. So, okay.
I think I demonstrated very clearly that I am a bit as well.
We're a good company, I guess.
I think we all are.
So here we go. I've got another question. When funding is available, what is the rate of acceptance and what are the major reasons that applicants are not receiving the loan?
Well, when funding becomes available, again, we work through these as quickly as possible with review periods taking about a day. We have 7 entities that are working on these loan applications, the CDFIs that I showed you earlier. So those are, we move through those as quickly as possible. There are a lot of folks in the queue, and so we try to get to them as many as possible. And the second part of your question again, Mayor?
Let's see. I've already closed that screen. Let me find it again. What are the major reasons that applicants are not receiving the loan based on the information, anecdotally or otherwise, that you may have?
Well, it could be a mix. It could be that as we move through the process, their other funding came through. It may be that they don't meet some of the terms of the loan. It may mean that they no longer need it for one reason or another. Again, there are requirements to the loan about income. This has to be COVID affected. So if you were having cash flow issues and bills prior to COVID, that's not going to qualify you for this program.
Well, that's actually the next question was asked. Can this loan be used to refinance debt? Well, can it?
No, it is for COVID impacts.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see here. We've talked about the documentation we need, but what if I don't have a profit and loss statement? What documents should I submit or can I submit?
That's a good question. And what I would suggest is following up with the 800 number on that. We don't do that underwriting. We're in partnership with the Rule Center and then the CDFIs that are doing the direct lending.
You're a very important partner, though. You're the one providing the cash. So, let's see here. So let's see here. There's another question that was asked. I started my business in 2019, but I don't have the 2018 tax returns. Is there a documentation, or is that a question for the underwriter?
I would say that's, again, a question for the underwriter. I would go to the North Carolina RapidRecovery.org website, look at the frequently asked questions component on that, and you can follow up from there, or reaching out to the 800 number that's currently on the screen.
Okay. Let's see. Another question that was submitted. Can I edit my application once it's submitted online?
Yes.
Okay. And let's see. I've purchased a building and I want to start a business, but I haven't launched my company yet. So I guess I maybe had bought all this, was in position for startup, say March 1st. And can I apply for one of these loans? Would this bridge loan be applicable to me in such an infancy of my business?
You know, what I would suggest, again, is working with the underwriters, but I will go back and talk about the requirements of the loan program or those businesses that were impacted. So if you hadn't started up, although it impacted the startup of your business, you would have had to be in business and be impacted. I
see. Okay. That seems to be all the questions that were pre-submitted. And unless anybody who's listening now has another question, I'm going to turn it over to David.
Any other questions? If not, we again appreciate each of you joining us this afternoon. We wish you nothing but the best. Scott, thank you for taking time out of your busy afternoon. And once again, welcome to Rocky Mount. I know you got here just in time for the party to start, and we certainly look forward to working alongside of you for quite a while now. But Mayor, I think that's it.
Okay. Well, I want to thank Mr. Scott Hamilton for joining us today, and I want to thank the sponsorship of the Chamber and all of you folks who are participating. We have recorded this, and we'll be able to distribute it out. I think, on various websites, and I'm sure the chamber is one. I'm sure that we will have one as well. So anyway, just look for those notices and you can catch this information. Thank you again, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.